this next series of Vitalise videos, we're going to be looking at the subject of mission. Mission can take place in all sorts of different contexts, but for the most part this week, we're going to be focusing on what mission might look like in your school context. Mission in schools takes a lot of time to plan, to prepare, to think creatively about how you might do that. And above all else, to lift it up to God in prayer. Regardless though of the time that it takes, I'm sure that if you spoke to the majority of CU leaders and asked them whether it was worth it, they would say, absolutely. So mission, why do we do mission? Well, if we look at the Gospels, in Mark chapter 16, we read that we're to go out and to preach the gospel all over. And then in Matthew chapter 28, the Great Commission, the call to go out and to make disciples of all nations. Mission in your school communities is a great way to reach those who might not otherwise come along to the Christian Union. And it can be great to take a moment to evaluate who might be missing. Maybe there's a particular year group that's not coming, and to consider that as you plan your mission. Darren, are there any other tips that you would give people that are looking to plan a mission in their schools?
Well, I think firstly is prayer. Prayer is so important for everything we do, and so get together and pray for your mission. Pray for your school. Get other people praying as well. In your churches, I'm sure there are many people who would love to pray for you and for your CU, especially the elderly. A lot of the elderly people are such faithful prayers. They love to pray for things. They love to feel involved by prayer. So get them involved, get them praying, give them a list of things to pray for. Make sure that the mission is soaked in prayer, because that makes such a difference. I suppose that the next thing is see if there's any support out there to help you. Youth workers, leaders in your church might be able to help you in different ways. I know us as Wickham Youth for Christ, we love to be involved and to support Christian unions doing missions in schools. Whether that is by praying, whether that is by coming in and doing some talks or doing some sessions, or whether it's just being around to chat to people. There are plenty of people both in your church and us that would love to do things like that. So get some support if you need it. I suppose the next thing is advertising. It sounds simple, but I've heard about CUs who've put on a mission event and then forgot to advertise it. And no one came. No one's going to come unless we get the advertising out there. We need to have it up. We need people to see it. It needs to be in places where people are going to pass by, so they know that they can come along to it. And lastly, preparation. Prepare well for your mission. You can't really prepare in 2 weeks for a mission. It's going to be rushed. I think you need probably a minimum of half a term really to properly prepare, to properly soak the mission in prayer, to see the best results and to get for God to move.
Great, thanks Darren. Just want to encourage you by finishing off with a story. We heard of a CU who were really, really small, and after spending a lot of time and effort praying, holding mission events, in just 9 months they became one of the largest CUs in Britain. Mission and prayer can change things in your CUs. So check back tomorrow as Darren shares some ideas for what mission could look like in your school context.